Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. My homeboy BS Filter just gave me the scoop that General Manager Trent Baalke has been fired as well. Too bad Jed York can't fire himself because he is a terrible owner. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Just a prime example of a snot-nosed punk, privileged kid that pretty much inherited the team, from his mom and dad, because basically they didn't know what the hell they was doing because they had to take over for Eddie DeBartolo when that shit happened with him and they took away the team from him. I wish there was some way Eddie DeBartolo could get the team back, because Eddie DeBartolo, he was a solid owner, man. He was Jerry Jones before Jerry Jones was Jerry Jones, man. He was one of the most well-respected owners. He built the dynasty, and the 49ers is one of the most historic prestige, teams that's out there as far as any professional sport go. 5 Super Bowl rings, 5 Super Bowl championships. Enough said. Shitload of Hall of Famers. But anyway, I digress. Let me get back to the subject at hand. Basically, the reason for this video is Colin Kaepernick. And I stand by what I said. I hope Colin Kaepernick gets another chance to play football. Now, whether this is his last game as a 49er or a football player, period, I hope that isn't the case. I hope he isn't blackballed out the league. Because whether Roger Goodell wants to admit it, Colin Kaepernick brought a lot of attention, negative or positive, basically however you look at it, to the NFL. Colin Kaepernick was the story of this year. He was one of the top stories of this year beside the presidency. Donald Trump winning the presidency. So I hope some team takes a chance on him, because Colin Kaepernick can play. He proved he could play. He wasn't the reason the 49ers were losing games. They had a terrible defense, subpar running game, average receivers, as I said before. Now, keep in mind, once again, $50 million under the salary cap. Will more than likely have the second overall pick in the draft. Now, what direction they go is beyond me. I think the 49ers need to go defense. But anyway, I think there's a lot of teams that can use Colin Kaepernick, whether as a starting quarterback or a backup. I can think of a lot of teams: the Denver Broncos, the Jacksonville, the Chicago Bears. I mean, there, possibly the Minnesota Vikings as a backup to Teddy Bridgewater, depending on what happens with him. Shit, the Philadelphia Eagles. Shit, it's quite a few teams that can use Colin Kaepernick. I mean, you put that dude in the right surrounding, I think he can flirt. I know people don't like for me to use that terminology in certain aspects as system quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, all quarterbacks play in a certain system where their talents is best utilized. Colin Kaepernick ain't gonna never be a drop back, 3-step, throw the ball quarterback. He's gonna be a dude that has to pick and choose his spots when he throw the ball based off the way he throws the ball. That's, that's a question within itself, the way he, his formation, but it works for him. But anyway, as I was saying, man, a lot of teams could use Colin Kaepernick. And I hope, based off what happened with the NFL this year, they don't blackball this dude out the league, which probably they will do. But it's funny how people, the hypocrisy of people in this country. Technically, he wasn't breaking the law or doing nothing wrong, but he just took a stance on something that he believed in, and people got all, up in arms about it. It just shows you how people is. It's that go along to get along system. As long as you pretty much do what white people do, ask you to do, you'll be okay. But as long as you challenge the system, then all of a sudden they have a problem. Here it is, a black man that saw some injustices going on in the black community, and he decided to, take a stance against it, and then everybody got mad at him, because that's the problem with white people. They live in a systematic, format as far as the United States goes, something that they flourish to, because like I said on Barbershop Conversation, this is their system. So of course they're going to benefit from it the most, because they make up all the rules, and they can change the rules whenever they want to. As far as we go, they can move the goalposts back whenever they want to. So of course, when you are flourishing in a system that you created, of course you're going to always do better than the next person. It is what it is. But anyway, let me get back to the subject of Colin Kaepernick. Like I said, I named several teams that can use that guy. So hopefully he gets another chance, man. But only time will tell, man. I'm out.